Hello everybody and welcome back to the Crooked Hour. Today we're going to be doing UFC 299 breakdown, the picks. And in the title, as you can see, it says UFC not quick picks. This could go longer, it could be the average length. But I'm not going to lie, I haven't done a bunch of research into these fights as much as I usually do. But I know a lot of these fights anyway. I've just been super busy, so I'm just smashing this out. But I thought we could have a little bit more of a discussion in this video than usual, sort of breaking them down. Seeing both sides, seeing what my pick is actually going to be. So starting straight away, we got Joanne Wood versus Maryna Moroz. Now, I ain't going to lie, I ain't excited for this fight. Joanne Wood looks scary. Like, you go and look at that and tell me that's a little bit fucking scary looking. I would not want to see that across from the ring from me, across from the bed from me, across the street from me, in a dark alleyway, in a dark forest. I just don't want to see it in general. I don't even want to see it on my Instagram feed. But on the other side, we got Maryna Moroz. You know, coming off 2 losses, back-to-back losses. And then we got Joanne Wood coming off a win, but a split decision win to Luana Carolina. Like, is that really something to be impressed by? Is anybody going to be impressed by that? I don't think so. I don't think that's a very impressive win at all. You know, on the side of Maryna Moroz, you got a jiu-jitsu player. Good jiu-jitsu, decent hands, I would say. Pretty solid overall, but her jiu-jitsu is where she really shines through. And she can compete in the striking. So her last loss was to Karine Silva, who's, you know, Karine Silva, one of the best up and comers in this flyweight division. And then you got Jennifer Maia, who is decent in her own right as well. Then she got some decent wins. Triangle, decision, and against Buna Silva. That's a good win to have. That's a good win to have under your belt. I'm saying Maryna Moroz is going to get it done here. I think she's just got the better jiu-jitsu. I think she can compete on the feet. It's not like Joanne Wood. Oh, her striking. Be careful of her striking. Her striking ain't like that. She's got good point striking. Sometimes she makes a fight close on the feet. But I think Maryna Moroz will be able to get her takedowns here and get the decision victory. Or did I say sub? This was my official thing I wrote down. I might as well say this. I think if Maryna can get her takedowns, which Joanne Wood actually does have decent takedown defense. I forgot to say that. But she does get her down. I see her having a massive advantage. I can see her getting a sub here. You know, Joanne has five submission losses in her career, which is 63% of her losses, while 55% of Maryna's wins are by sub. 63% of Joanne Wood's losses are by sub. I see her getting a sub here. I do. And I actually see her being slightly competitive on the feet. Maybe even better. Maybe even better than Joanne Wood on the feet. I think Maryna Moroz is likely going to win here. Very likely going to win here. But it's women's MMA. You never know. Joanne Wood could come back and have fucking outstrike her for 3 minutes. And Maryna Moroz just can't get her takedown. So... But I think just going off what we're saying, I think Maryna Moroz will win. Next fight on the card, we got CJ Vergara versus Asu Almabaev. Why does everybody have such fucking hard names? Or maybe I'm just terrible at pronouncing names. It's one or the other, but either way, I don't enjoy it. Now, I will say straight away, I don't mind CJ Vergara. Like, he's not a terrible fighter at all. I actually rate some of his wins too. Like, Vicious Salvador, I know he ain't great. But CJ Vergara looked pretty good in that fight. Daniel Lacerda, that was a bit of a tough fight for him, but he did get the KO win. Tatsuro Taira, you know, dangerous fight. You know, we know Tatsuro Taira. You aren't just beating him like that. Then we got Clayton Rodriguez. It was a split, but still a decent win. Ode Osborne. I don't mind CJ Vergara. I don't think he's like elite. I don't think he's up there, but I don't think he's terrible either. And he's got decent striking. Like, CJ Vergara is a decent striker. But then you got on the other side though, you got this Asu Almabaev guy who I had to go watch his fights. I don't mean do MMA math, but straight away you see rear naked choke submission win. Loss. You know, you just see stuff like that. Like, he's finishing him. He's losing to him. I know that was 2 years and 3 months ago, so CJ Vergara might have improved. But this guy seems like a monster. You know? Submission, rear naked choke, submission, rear naked choke, split. Guess an experienced guy, though. Decision and KO. So he can do it all. He can do it all, but he's a sub machine, this Asu guy. He likes to get subs, and he's very good at doing them. He's very good at putting himself in positions to get the submissions. And he doesn't rush things either. Like, a little bit he can. A little bit he can rush things, but he can get in position and get those subs really well. And he's striking on the feet ain't terrible either. He's not a fish out of water on the feet. His striking is probably on par with CJ Vergara's. I think CJ Vergara's has slightly better kicks, but the boxing on both sides isn't bad. So, what do I see here? You know, CJ Vergara does have good power, but I don't see him chinning Asu here. I don't know if I change my pick. Just thinking more about this fight. I'm going to do it. I think Asu's going to get a first round. First round, what did I say? Sub? First round sub I'm going with here. I think Asu's going to get a first round sub here. I can just see him getting CJ Vergara down to the ground and subbing him here early. Getting that sub victory for the win. Yeah, CJ Vergara ain't bad though, but, you know, Asu is just that good. I believe Asu is just that good. Philipe Lins versus Iron Cutelaba. Now, Iron Cutelaba had a bit of a tough run, but he came back and beat Tenaboza. Actually had Tenaboza in that fight. But Iron Cutelaba, he showed me wrong. Then I lost to Johnny Walker, and then I lost to Ryan Spann. These ain't bad losses. Like, you know, you got Johnny Walker. He's elite. You got Ryan Spann. He's pretty good. Devin Clark win. Tenaboza win. I just don't really rate Philipe Lins, to be completely honest. Like, yeah, he's on a win streak against Marcin Prachnio, Oven St. Preux, who's now old as fuck, and Maxim Grishin. Like, are these impressive wins? I mean, just not that long ago, 3 years ago, we lost to Andrei Arlovski, lost to Tenaboza. I mean, don't mean to do MMA maths again, but he's getting up there in age, 238 to 30. My pick's Iron Cutelaba. I just see Philipe Lins as a little bit of like a decision machine. Like, I know he got a KO win over Oven St. Preux. Like, good job. Like, round of applause, mate. But who ain't knocking out fucking Oven St. Preux? Dude's old as fuck now. He likes to fight on the outside, and I just don't like this fight for him when Iron Cutelaba is so good on the inside. You know, he can come in and throw big shots on the inside, or he can go for a takedown. He's so explosive on the inside, and he's going to be looking to fight on the inside too, and even in the reach, like, he ain't got that much of a reach disadvantage here, so he could fight from the outside as well. I see him being quicker than Philipe Lins. I see him being more powerful than Philipe Lins. I see him getting on that inside and really ripping big shots, getting takedowns, and messing Philipe Lins up, to be honest. Like, Philipe Lins likes to clinch up against the fence, punch at range, kick at range. Iron Cutelaba ain't going to let him do that. It's as simple as that. He ain't going to let him do that. I got Cutelaba by second round KO, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the first. I just see Philipe Lins being able to clinch and hold on for enough, like, at least, or keep him at distance enough, like using his game plan enough to where he escapes the first round. But I see Ian Cutelaba's pressure really getting to him in that second, and I think Ian Cutelaba's going to get it done. I'm going to say with a big overhand over the top. Yeah, I'm going to go for a big overhand over the top as Philipe Lins is trying to move up. Maybe gets caught up against the fence. Big overhand over the top. Ian Cutelaba KOs him. That's what I see happening here. That's my prediction. That is my prediction. Next fight on card, Michel Pereira versus Michael Oleksiejczuk. Now, I do rate Michael Oleksiejczuk. He's a good fighter, good boxing. And I could see this fight going either way. It's going to be a close fight. By the way, this is where my notes just end. So everything I'm going to be saying from here on out is off the dome. But I do have Michel Pereira winning this fight. Like, Michael Oleksiejczuk isn't bad. He's not bad at all. Really good boxing. Decent kicks. Decent grappling. Like, he's a well-rounded fighter. As you can see, he's nice with it with the hands. That Sam Alvey performance was deadly. Cody Brundage, I mean, who hasn't? Same with Sam Alvey. Cabaholo choked him, but I can't even fucking talk. Michael Oleksiejczuk wasn't that bad in that fight until he got choked out. Like, he was looking decent enough on the feet. And then nice win over Chitty. So, Michael Oleksiejczuk, he's looking good. But then on the side of Michel Pereira, you got him on such a run. Like, Chaos Williams, Nico Price, Andre Fialho, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Andre Petroski. Like, I think this could, out of all these fighters, like, this could be one of the harder fights for Michel Pereira here. This could be one of the harder fights that he's had in this whole win streak, but I do think he's going to win this fight. I just think Michael is way too open to be getting, like, hit by big shots by Michel Pereira. And you see in his last fight, like, that KO against Andre Fialho was deadly. And I think moving up to middleweight like he has is the right choice for him here. I think he can pack more muscle, be more comfortable at his weight. He's not dropping as much weight to get down to his weight class. I can see Michael Oleksiejczuk doing well. Like, he will be doing well on the feet until he doesn't. And I think the kicks of Michel Pereira from a distance, like the leg kicks, the body kicks, the awkwardness. But I think he has been fighting a lot more strategic lately, so I do see him doing that. I could see him shooting a takedown here as well. It wouldn't be impossible. I think he does catch him, though. I do think Michel Pereira, I didn't even write like a prediction for this fight, but just going off the top of my head, I mean, we've got him choked out. So I'm going to go a decision win for Michel Pereira here. I think he can be deadlier in the first 2 rounds with Michael nearly taking over in the last round or even winning that last round. But I think Michel Pereira, I think he's busy enough and he does enough and he stings Michael enough to where he wins the first 2 rounds with Oleksiejczuk winning the last round. And people are like, oh, if that fight went a little bit longer, as Michel Pereira gasses a little bit. That's going to be my prediction here for this fight. Moving up on the card, Pedro Munhoz versus Kyler Phillips. Now, I'm going Kyler Phillips here. Straight up going Kyler Phillips. Now, Pedro Munhoz isn't bad. You know, he's had some close fights, like that fight with Sean O'Malley. It was looking like he was even on his way to possibly winning that fight. Got his fight with Dominic Cruz, lost that. Fight with Jose Aldo, lost that. But that fight with Cruz too, that was another close fight, man. Win against Chris Gutierrez. They lost to Marlon Vera, which he was looking decent in. On the side of Phillips, you've had a lot of time off, like, but he's had good wins, like Song Yadong fighting later on this card too. Lost to Pava. Win against Marsha Rojo. And then a win against Barcelos. So he has been very inconsistent. Like, it's been six months since the last time he fought. And then before that, 2 years, 2 years, 7 months, 2 years, 11 months. So that was a quick turnaround there. And then 3 years and 4 months ago. He's not as active as I'd like him to be here. But I do think he can get this fight done. He's got a nice reach advantage here. What's that, like 7 inches? 7-inch reach advantage here. Has a slight height advantage by 2 inches. He's the younger fighter by a lot too, 28 years to Pedro Munhoz, 37 years. So there's a big difference here in, you know, youth, and he does have the natural advantages here. I think he can do enough with his kicks here, honestly. Like, at the start, I wasn't minding a Pedro underdog pick because he is a slight underdog, but I just like Kyler Phillips' kicking game to be able to kick here. Pedro Munhoz does have nice leg kicks, has really nice leg kicks, but I think Kyler Phillips can mix it up with like kicks to the body, kicks to the legs, kicks to the head, and his boxing ain't bad either. And he, as saying here, he does have the submissions as well if he does need it. I doubt he's going to get a submission against Pedro Munhoz. I really doubt he's going to get a submission against Pedro Munhoz. But this is a chance for him here to get into the rankings and use his kicking game to really... I think he could use his kicks here really to his advantage. Like, really aid his advantage here in this fight. That's what I really see happening. The kicks being a key weapon for Kyler Phillips here. Pedro Munhoz, he will be dangerous on the inside with his boxing, but Kyler Phillips, his defense isn't terrible, and I could see him winning here. I see him winning a unanimous decision, using his kicking game to outpoint Pedro Munhoz here. That's what I see happening in that fight. Give me Kyler Phillips. Next up, Mateusz Gamrot versus Rafael dos Anjos. I think you have to go Mateusz Gamrot here. Why does bro look like this in that photo? Why does he look like such the same but different? I guess it's because he looks so much younger. Or is it just one of those things where, like, you don't really know how somebody looks at until you have a good look at their face? Like, I didn't know bro really looked like that. Am I tripping? Or am I not tripping? I love his nickname too, just the gamer. He's a gamer, bro. Anyway, breaking down this fight, it's an interesting fight. Because they actually have sort of similar styles. Like, maybe RDA doesn't have that style now, but he used to have that really grindy wrestler style that Mateusz Gamrot has. But the thing is, I would be going Rafael dos Anjos straight up, just for old times, but I can't see that loss to Vicente Luque. I know Vicente Luque isn't terrible, but Rafael dos Anjos just didn't look that great in that fight, honestly. A win against Brian Barberena, like, Brian Barberena's meh. And then a loss to Rafael Fiziev and a KO loss too. And he's nearly 40 now. That's got to be put into conversation. You got 33-year-old Mateusz Gamrot hitting his prime. Nice win against Jailton Turner. Did get stung a bit, but that's an impressive win against Jailton Turner, seeing how good Jailton Turner actually is. Rafael Fiziev win, but me personally don't really count that. That was an injury and I was on Rafael Fiziev. I don't want to talk about, boys. Don't want to talk about. Let that be in the past. We're living in the present. Boys. That loss didn't... He was looking decent, but we still don't know how that fight really would have went. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, though. We will give him the benefit of the doubt. I see Gamrot winning here. I think his grappling's going to be a little bit too much for Rafael dos Anjos. I don't know if dos Anjos has that strength anymore to be able to compete with a Gamrot in the strength department. Like, because when you come to grappler and they've both got good grappling, at least enough to be able to compete against each other, it does come to strength and agility and just natural, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, athleticism. Gamrot just has the better athleticism on the feet. They're both good strikers. I do think Gamrot probably has a slightly better striking, you know. Rafael dos Anjos in his prime did with those body kicks, those nasty body kicks he would jam up there. But I think Gamrot's got the better striker now, and I think he can outstrike him, and I think he can out-grapple him to a decision win here. I don't see him finishing RDA. I don't see him subbing RDA. I don't see him sleeping RDA. But I do see him out-grinding him here. Sort of passing of the torch fight to me here, because it's like, as I said, similar styles. Rafael dos Anjos saying, you know, I can't do this grind and grappling style anymore, passing the torch off to you, Gamrot, the gamer. It's going to be an interesting fight, but yeah, I do have Gamrot. I think he's just going to be too much. He's going to be the better grappler here, the better striker here, just busier too. That's how I see that fight going, and RDA is nearly 40. Next up, Katlyn. It's usually Shikagan, but her last name's changed, and I don't even know how to say that last name. I just get used to a name and they fucking change it on me. Cerminara. I'm just going to call it Katlyn, fuck it. Katlyn versus Maycee. I've got Katlyn here. Maycee Barber ain't bad, but I haven't really thought about this fight, hey. I was just naturally going to be, I was like, yep, go for Katlyn there. Then going through these fights of Maycee Barber, like, she's been on a bit of a tear, has she not? Coming off. I'm going Maycee Barber. Because, well, should I do a flip of the coin? No, I'm going Maycee Barber. I think she can get it done here. You know, Shikagan's getting up in age, 35. Maycee Barber, 25. I just like her coming off a KO win. You know, you got decision. 8 months ago, coming off a KO win. Katlyn Chookagian's coming off a loss to Manon Ferro. No harm there. Like, there's no loss in that because Manon Ferro is such a good fighter. And then doing MMA math. I've been doing it a lot on this video, bro, but we got to look at these things. Split decision loss to Amanda Ribas. KO win against Amanda Ribas. You know what I'm saying? I like Maycee Barber's chances in this fight, you know. Both have good striking, both have good grappling. I'd probably say Maycee Barber mixes it up a little bit more on the feet. Katlyn Chookagian, she's got good fundamentals, but she don't mix it up that much. And Maycee Barber, I think she'd catch her with something, boy. Gonna be close in the striking, and she's got good grappling too. I think she can win in the grappling. I think we're gonna see a close fight here though, because all I can think is that they're both good at everything. I think Maycee Barber's just on the up. Chookagian might be coming on her down. I know it was against Manon Ferro, but this could be the start of her downfall. She's getting older. Maycee Barber's the new kid on the block type of thing. 25 years old. A lot, quick. She'll be learning quickly. Does she have a reach advantage here? She doesn't have a reach advantage, but it don't matter. Maycee Barber. I'm going to go decision win. Unanimous decision. Maybe 2 rounds to 1. Maycee Barber, maybe she wins. Actually could see her losing the first round and winning the last 2, to be honest. Like, she takes a little bit to come into her game here. Yeah, I see Maycee Barber getting it done. I see Maycee Barber getting that done by decision. Blaydes versus Jailton Almeida. Now, I got Jailton Almeida here. Said this in my last video. I was breaking down this fight a little bit. But I got Jailton Almeida here. Blaydes, he's good, but is he as good as everybody thinks he is? I've never really thought so. I thought, yeah, he's a decent grappler. Any other division, though. Any other division, and he's the same style of grappler. If he had the same skills, and he was smaller, and he was in welterweight, for instance, he would be getting run over. Like, he would be getting run over. People would be defending his takedowns. His grappling wouldn't be seen as that impressive. Like, people would be like, oh, here's Blaydes, this well-rounded guy, but since he's a heavyweight and he's got grappling, everybody's like, oh shit, he's a good grappler. But really, like, he ain't been looking that impressive. Like, got KO'd by Derek Lewis, win against Jairzinho Rozenstruik, decision. But I know Rozenstruik looked decent in his last fight, but not too impressive, especially knowing how Jairzinho Rozenstruik usually does against grapplers. Chris Daukaus, who hasn't KO'd him at this point. Aspinall doesn't count. Sergey Pavlovich. He was looking decent in the Sergey Pavlovich fight on the feet, though, I will say. But then you got Jailton Almeida, like Parker Porter, not a big deal. Anton Turcal. That's a light heavyweight fight. That's a good win. Shamil. Jairzinho Rozenstruik, you know, MMA math again, boys. You got decision. You got submission. You got loss to Derek Lewis. You got win to Derek Lewis. I think Blaydes is going to be at a disadvantage on the feet and on the ground in this fight. I think Jailton Almeida's got a big jiu-jitsu advantage. I think on the feet, Jailton Almeida will be blasting kicks while Blaydes will be looking to get his boxing going. Because Blaydes doesn't have bad counter boxing. Like, he waits for you to attack and then he'll fight. But I think that's when Jailton Almeida can use his kicks to really, like, mix it up. And Blaydes will be swinging a bit harder, trying to find his target. I think if he shoots on Almeida, there's a submission threat, like a guillotine or something like that, or even a reversal threat there. I think Jailton Almeida can shoot on Blaydes, and I think he can get takedowns, although it may be hard because Blaydes will be looking to straight up defend him. But I think he can get Blaydes to the ground here. I think Jailton Almeida is more diverse on the feet, and I don't really know how hard Blaydes hits because he was trading shots. He was trading shots with Sergey Pavlovich, and he was landing some good shots, and Pavlovich was eating them. Tom Aspinall lands a clean shot You know, Sergey Pavlovich is out. So how much power does Curtis Blaydes really have? You know, Jailton Almeida, like, his power, he hasn't shown any crazy power either, but I think he more strikes with his kicks and his punches to get to the grappling, while Curtis Blaydes can be like, oh yeah, I'm a striker now, let's strike. I think Jailton Almeida will be able to not piece him up on the feet, but outpoint him on the feet, dealing damage to the body with that teep. He has a nice teep. Dealing damage to the legs. I think he's smart enough to know when to shoot, because no matter what you say against Jailton Almeida, I think he's a very smart fighter. Like, that win against Derek Lewis wasn't nothing impressive. Like, it wasn't nothing like, whoa, this guy's a beast. But he was very smart. He didn't put himself in bad situations, and I don't think he will against Curtis Blaydes either. I think we could see a lot of clinching up against the fence and Jailton trying to get on Curtis Blaydes' back, to be honest. I reckon we could see a lot of clinching in this fight too. But yeah, I'm going Jailton Almeida by third round sub. I actually do stick with that. I wrote that down in my notes. I was going to say decision, but I do think we could see a third round sub after a bit of back and forth fight. You know, Curtis Blaydes sort of getting tired after being teeped to the body, hit to the body. Legs are worn down. Jailton Almeida's been getting takedowns on him. Maybe even Curtis Blaydes got a takedown and got reversed by Jailton. See Jailton getting him down. Curtis Blaydes getting back to his feet, but giving up his back in the process. Jailton Almeida latches up a rear naked choke and chokes him out. That's what I see. Song Yadong vs Peter Yan. I got Song Yadong. I do have Song Yadong, believe it or not. The Kung Fu Kid. Now, I've been a fan of Song Yadong for a long time. The first time I was watching this fight, the first time I started watching UFC, I was like, oh, this Song Yadong guy, on an early prelim or something when I first started watching, I was like, he's a fucking entertaining fighter. Since then, I've been a Song Yadong fan. He's going against Peter Yan, who I've always rated as a good fighter. I'm not going to go around with the bullshit and bring up all the losses, because we all know, you know, he's on a skid, but, you know, he had a split decision, lost Aljamain Sterling, which I do agree with. He had a split decision, lost to Sean O'Malley, which was more debatable. And then Merab Dvalishvili just grapple-fucked him. I'm going to say Song Yadong gets it done, but I think we could see a close back-and-forth fight here. I did say Song v a second-round KO, but I think I'm chatting shit with that. I'm going to say Song Yadong decision win after a back-and-forth war. I see Peter Yan outstriking him. I'm not going to lie. I see Peter Yan outstriking him here. Just with kicks mainly, but I see Song Yadong landing good combination shots. I know Peter Yan's so good at covering up and shooting back, but I see that work into Song Yadong's favour. Like, Peter Yan will be covering up, Song Yadong will be throwing, you know, 4-shot combination, getting out of there. Maybe Peter Yan returns with a shot after, just misses. Song Yadong's good at getting into that pocket and throwing combos and getting out of there. I was watching Dan Hardy's breakdown on Sunday, and I was saying Peter Yan's good at, you know, getting hit on the arm and then returning straight away. But Song Yadong's good at getting out of that pocket straight away too. I think Song Yadong can use grappling here if he needs it, just to mix it up a bit, to open up his combos a little bit more. I like Song Yadong's kicks. I think Song Yadong's got a power advantage here. I think he's got an output advantage with his hands, not with his kicks, but with his hands. I could see him hurting Peter Yan here. I like Song Yadong's defense. I like his learning experience. Like, the loss to Corey Sandhagen, and he wasn't looking terrible there either. And that was a cut, and I reckon that fight would have taught him a lot, because he's only 26. He's been fucking 21 fights, 7 losses, 1 draw. Ricky Simone, that was an impressive victory. Chris Gutierrez, that was a hard fight for him, but Chris Gutierrez can be a tough fight, especially for somebody who fights like Song Yadong, and Peter Yan don't fight like Chris Gutierrez. Like, sure, Peter Yan's better, but he fights in a different style that I think better suits Song Yadong. I could see, yeah, Song Yadong's just combinations being trouble for Peter Yan here, and I think Song Yadong's durable enough to take Peter Yan's best shots, and I don't think Peter Yan can take Song Yadong's best shots. I know Peter Yan's super durable in his own right, but Song Yadong can crack. I think if he covers up in the pocket like he usually does, I think Song Yadong will be dangerous there. Oh yeah, I'm going Song Yadong though by unanimous decision. Maybe Peter Yan picks up the final round when he really gets his output going, because he knows he's down when he's looking for a KO. Yeah, 2-1. Peter Yan wins the final round. Song Yadong, unanimous decision is my pick. Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. I don't know who to go here, honestly. Well, I do now. I was just telling a full-on fib then. I do know who I'm going to now. But I'm still not 100%. I'm still not 100% because I like Gilbert Burns. And I think he could win this fight. His style does go nicely against Jack Della. But then Jack Della's style goes nicely against Gilbert Burns, bro. I don't know. I'm going Jack Della because I think his boxing can outpoint Gilbert Burns. I don't see him KOing Gilbert Burns here. I see his boxing just causing Gilbert Burns trouble and making him not want to engage in the pocket with Jack Della. I know you'd probably say that the other way around. Jack Della doesn't want to engage in the pocket with Gilbert Burns, but Gilbert Burns either got to be on the outside or on the inside shooting a takedown. I think if he's caught somewhere in between, that's when Jack Della's dangerous with the hands. And I think Gilbert Burns will know that. I think that'll make him a little bit hesitant. I think Jack Della's body shots will be dangerous for Gilbert Burns here. I think his takedown defense is good enough here against Gilbert Burns. I think Jack Della's got to watch for Gilbert Burns' overhands though, and the shots, of course, like the takedowns. But I think he can do enough here, Jack Della. I think he can keep it on the feet, strike nicely, get a decision win here against Gilbert Burns. Maybe Gilbert Burns has a moment where he gets into the ground and we see some of Jack Della off his back. I think he does fine. I think Gilbert Burns will be trying to look for a sub, doesn't get it. I see Jack Della maybe even hurting Gilbert Burns in a moment. I could see it, like a combo up against the fence maybe. I don't see him finishing Gilbert Burns. I could see Gilbert Burns finishing Jack Della, but it's just going to be hard. Like, if Gilbert Burns wins, I do think it's by a sub or, like, a massive overhand, then sub. If I'm going to go with Jack Della by decision, that's my official pick. Kevin Holland versus Michael Venom Page. I see everybody doubt my boy Holland. I see you guys out there dissing my boy Holland, saying, Michael Venom Page, you're just going to be too much for him. He's just going to be too much. Fuck off. Kevin's going to get this dub, boys. You just got to believe it. You got 36 old Michael Venom Page, brother. Lost to Logan Storley by getting wrestle fucked. Who the fuck even are these people? You got like Derek Anderson. Whoa. 8-0 undefeated. Ross Houston. Whoa. Okay, this guy looks pretty good. But still, they're not UFC level. They're not UFC level, mate. That's my opinion. Kevin Holland's going to chin him here. He's going to do it, and he's going to do it. That's my point. Nah, what I do see happening, I see it being close fight. Like, honestly, I just think Michael Venom Page is very, like, point fighty. Like, he does land really big shots, but he's in, out, in, out, in, out. And I see Kevin Holland being more active than him in this fight. I see Kevin Holland stepping through with that straight right when Michael Venom Page is just looking to dart in and out. I do see Michael Venom Page, Kevin Holland's leg's going to be an option for him, but I think Kevin Holland can deal with that. I think he can use that. You know, we see him a lot when he gets kicked in the leg. He steps through as he's getting kicked with that straight right to catch his target, and I definitely could see him catching Michael Venom Page with that. I see him having a grappling advantage here. I think he could get Michael Venom Page to the ground here if he wanted to. I think Michael Venom Page has got the kicks and definitely the speed advantage, but Kevin Holland, he's got that power advantage. He does have that power advantage here. I could see him just stepping through with a straight right as Michael Venom Page is looking to dart out and tagging him and dropping him and finishing him on the ground. I'm going Kevin Holland by second round KO. I think Michael Venom Page actually steals the first round just by that darting in and out style. You know, he's chewing up Kevin Holland's leg. Side kicks to the body, kicks to the leg. Kevin Holland will have his little moments where like he might land a good shot. I see him sort of figuring out that sort of karate style And I see him, yeah, stepping through. Like, Michael Venom Page will be getting comfortable, you know, kicking at his legs. And Kevin Holland will just step through with that straight right, tag him. Because Kevin Holland has a good... He, like, steps in with it. Like, he goes, like, he'll wait. And he'll go, like, do a little jump hop, step through with that straight right. And because of his 81-inch reach, that shot, it gets through. It gets through. So that's my pick. Michael Venom Page. I didn't mean what I said. He's not shit. I do rate Michael Venom Page. But it does beg the question, like... How does he do in the UFC? And I guess we'll find out. But I do see Kevin Holland's like KO shots being a big worry here for Michael Venom Page. And I don't see Page finishing Holland. I don't. Next up, Dustin Poirier vs Saint-Denis. The co-main event now. I was going to go Saint-Denis, but I'm not anymore. I'm going Dustin Poirier because I ain't getting caught up in this hype train. I ain't getting caught up in this hype train. As good as he is, like, win against Matt Frivola. Matt Frivola's good, but he's not Dustin Poirier. Win against Thiago Moises, good, but not Dustin Poirier. Like, I'd see Dustin Poirier beating all of these guys. All of these guys. Ismael Bonfim, Gabriel Miranda. I see this fight being a bit of a tricky fight for Saint-Denis. I do see it being a bit of a tricky fight for Dustin Poirier as well, don't get me wrong, especially the kicks after getting hit, head kick KO, but Dustin Poirier's boxing is going to be hard for Saint-Denis to get by. And Dustin Poirier ain't terrible on the ground, like he's got good takedown defense. I see his boxing in the pocket being a bit of a trouble here for Benoit Saint-Denis. I see, you know, Dustin Poirier up in the pocket. His boxing, Saint-Denis winding up on shots. I could see Dustin Poirier tagging him while Saint-Denis winding up on a shot and dropping Saint-Denis. I do. Because even in his last fight against Matt Frivola, like, Saint-Denis got taken down. Like, it was close until it wasn't. It was close until he got that head kick, but I reckon Dustin Poirier can win this fight if he doesn't get tagged. I think he can outpoint Saint-Denis in this fight if he doesn't get tagged. But I honestly do also see him maybe even catching Saint-Denis. It's not going to be an official pick. I'm going Dustin Poirier versus decision, unanimous, and I think it gets more dominant as the fight goes on. But I could see him getting a KO here. I could see it, but it's a close fight. I'm not going to say Dustin Poirier is 100% going to win, but I do lean him winning this fight. So I'm going to go Dustin Poirier via unanimous decision. Having a bit of tricky moments, but getting through it. Final fight on the card. Chito Vera versus Sean O'Malley. I know what to pick. But I know what I want to pick. And if I don't pick what I want to pick and it happens, I'm going to be kicking myself. Like, why didn't I pick that? But then if it goes the other way, it'll be like, oh, that was so obvious. Like, I should have picked that. If it wasn't for this performance, I'd be so much more confident in Chito Vera. Fuck it. I'm going to say Chito Vera can do it. And listen, I've got a game plan. I'm delusional. And I've delusionally made a plan for Chito Vera to win in my head. So this is what's going to happen. Check it out. First round, Sean O'Malley, Chito Vera, boring ass round. Barely landing any shots on each other. Sean O'Malley leg kicking, Chito Vera trying to come in, fucking waiting too long like he does. Boring ass round. Sean O'Malley hedges it. Second round, get a little bit more busy. Sean O'Malley's starting to like style on him, but still being very careful. Chito Vera is landing some good shots. Like, he's coming through, maybe a teep to the body. He's coming through, landing a jab, but nothing significant. Sean O'Malley's round. Third round, more of the same. Sean O'Malley is picking it up a little bit. He might shoot a head kick here and there. But as he's doing that, Marlon Vera is getting a little bit more dangerous. He's getting a little bit more close with his shots. He's getting He's landing some leg kicks now. Maybe he tries to engage some grappling. I could see that. 4th round, same things happening. Sean O'Malley, you know, it's a lot of energy. He's like trying to follow this game plan, you know, be so precise, be so defensive, leg kick. Moment lapse of judgment happens. Marlon Vera comes through. Fucking straight right, fucking balls. O'Malley's out cold. O'Malley's out cold in the 4th round. Midway through the 4th round, after being so flawless and looking so good, Chito Vera just comes through and sleeps him. I'm manifesting this. Fucking I'm at Israel Adesanya bullshit. I'm manifesting this. Let's be honest, Sean O'Malley's probably going to win. But I do think this is a possibility, and this is the reason why I'm going for Chito Vera, and the reason I'm picking him is because I couldn't see a path to victory here, especially in the 4th or 5th round. I do see him losing up until then, but I think he has a good chance. If he's as hungry as he's saying he is in his interviews, he definitely has a big chance here to capitalise in the 4th or 5th round. My prediction. Marlon Vera, a 4th round KO after losing most of the fight, but don't be surprised if Sean O'Malley wins. Don't be surprised. Anyway, this has been going on for nearly 50 minutes. I'm losing my brain. And this is definitely not a quick picks. But as always, guys, take care and have a good one. Let me know your lock of the week. Actually, my lock of the week, I better quickly do that because I always forget to do it. Iron Cutelaba is my lock of the week. There you go. Iron Cutelaba, lock of the week. As always, guys, have a good one and peace out.
Give me 5 minutes, I'ma pull up with like 5 niggas. Give me 5 minutes, girl, I'ma be right with you.